That's it. 7:30, December 12th, 2023. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everyone. Okay, wait, Rick Gilman here. Next. Yep. Christie, yes. Duncan.
Here.
Geringer.
Here.
All present. Comments from the community for items not on the agenda. So you guys are on the agenda. So do you have anything you want to say about taxes, the weather, or the political climate in America?
Looking forward to the rain in it.
Okay, so there's no comments from the community. Communications, Travelers Insurance sent us a notice that, because of some audit they did back in 2019, we have a refund coming on our, insurance policy for workers' compensation. I don't know if we've received that yet or what, but what was the amount? How much was it, you know? Less than $1 million, right?
$385.19.
Cool. Okay. Approval of agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second, I'll support. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, routine business, approval of the minutes from November 14th, 2023.
I did make the corrections. I just,
You did
Forgot
make
to
the
give you a
correction, but
copy.
we don't have it, right?
no, it's out there corrected, yeah, but I'll correct them, yeah.
So the corrections are on the first page, third sentence down. It's supposed to be severe.
So one more
Yeah,
E.
one more E.
Okay, got it.
Okay. And then, motion, Duncan support Dudek, this is second page, almost the middle, to pay for clerks. Clerks meeting meal.
Meeting meal, all right?
And them are the only two I got.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes with the few changes.
I'll support. Okay, Berger,
Yes,
Millman. Abstain. Dudek,
Yes,
Duncan,
Yes.
Christine, yes. Carried. Treasurer report.
And special, I did add, I mentioned it at the last meeting, I did add the ARPA grant and the balance sheet. So we don't have to keep wondering what is in there. So if you see it says it right,
The unearned revenue.
yep. So the 198,472. So I did add that on
which I
there.
read, you have to allocate that by the end of 24.
Yep. Yeah, otherwise, nothing really special.
we have to spend all that amount by the end of 2000.
We have to say we're gonna spend it on the,
May not spend it, but we have to say this. is
I think it's
what
at the end of 26. We gotta spend it.
So I do have just so you know, I have a contractor I'm working with. We walked the park and talked about doing some different things like a pavilion, maybe some benches and, a waterless bathroom. Haven't really settled on what bathroom because there's so many different ones. So we might have something that has electric, so it'll have a light in there.
Is it a person that does parks? You
Yes,
know, park
yes, that's
related
what-
things,
yeah,
you
that's
know?
what they do.
Yeah, it's not just like Joe
He's
Schmo.
he's a contractor that does parks. He's done, just did, shoot, I should have brought the paper. I could send it around to you, if you have an email. But
I like.
I do.
I have like 5 pages of examples that he gave me. He did like Sterling Heights Park and he's done, I think he did one in Shelby and he's done several of them, for millions of dollars. Done really nice work on them
And then we
too.
just have to have a game plan to maintain it. You know,
Yes.
that's the
Well,
only thing.
I told him
maintenance.
that we wanna remain rustic and as maintenance free as we can get.
Yep,
But that we do wanna do some things, like maybe make another entrance down further down the road.
yeah, yeah.
And, stuff like, maybe a piece of playground equipment or
Mhm.
something. So he's putting together some numbers and some, ideas.
Yeah,
And stay within this,
Yeah, and I told him
what we had.
that we only got a couple $100,000 to work with. I
and
said-
just see what our priority is, what to do,
Yeah.
you know.
And I
first.
told
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
write separate quotes, because I'm gonna run it by the board and they're gonna pick and choose, so.
Cool, I'm excited. Yay. Good news.
I don't know if it's still public comment, but you guys can check out Grant Township Park up in.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I know Bill.
Okay.
That's a nice park.
Yeah.
Do those lights stay on all night long?
Yes.
They're very bright. I hope it doesn't induce people in the nice weather to do something silly back there. You know what I'm saying? Because we do have it posted. You're not supposed to be there
What,
after
what would
dark.
they, I don't know what you're referring.
Well, park's supposed to be closed at dusk,
Yeah.
the sign says.
But
But
to me,
that-
it's revealing what's happened, you know what I mean? Cause like if a bad guy comes and, you know,
Well-
so. It's always bad guys,
Bad guy.
bad guys.
It's a double-edged sword.
I know, it's.
Yeah.
It's nice when you go by because it's nice and bright.
But I think it's beautiful. I've been there just recently, because I was trying to keep track of the lights. And then I went there on purpose at night to walk around
Are
and
you
check it out.
thinking of putting lights further down then?
Over time, yes.
That's a bigger section back there too, where you're talking like the pavilion and everything. Okay, I'll make a motion to file.
There's no other questions on. Okay, motion to file.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's been fairly quiet. You know.
Yes.
Yes,
Duncan,
Yes.
Berenger,
Yes.
Christie, yes. Gilman,
Yes.
Gary. Check register. So things looked pretty good to me, but. I'm kind of concerned about, why Superior would charge $65 to come here and turn the switch.
Well,
Could they
Phoebe and I-
say that over the phone?
we didn't know what was wrong with it and Phoebe and I tried and Mike tried
We
too.
tried everything. We
Yeah.
checked all the outlets, cause we're like, maybe there's like something that, you know, like like a fuse blew or something. We went and checked that. We were checking everything, cause it just was not working. So I don't know.
But they're saying all they did is come and turn it off and turn it.
I know,
back on.
that's what and I don't know, I
That
wasn't. here
doesn't
when
make
they-
sense.
I
I
know.
mean, I guess it's
Cause
possible.
it was just blank. The whole screen was just blank.
Well,
I don't know what, we put
batteries-
batteries in it. We did.
I
yeah.
would think that they would have some basic things they can tell you over the phone. Like when you call and your computer's broken, they say, is it plugged in?
Mhm,
You know, did you
mhm.
push the button?
I think, do we get like a better rate since we have that
We're
contract with them?
supposed to.
I thought we were supposed to get a better rate or something, yeah.
Any other conversation?
All right, I'll make a motion to approve check number 4337 to 4379. And the electronics is 78 to 81 with a total of 64,841.60.
I'll support.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Berenger,
Yes.
Keelman,
Yes.
Duncan,
Yes.
Hudak.
Yes,
Ordinance officer report. Well, I haven't seen this yet because I get it at the last minute and that's how it ended up just on the desk.
Yeah, I read it over. I don't know where I put it though. I put it, okay.
But anything jump out?
Um,
I'm kind of surprised that the 8491 Rattle Run Road there is the first one.
Well, I have.
How much that cost you basically?
I have
I was confused about the term and we'll send a new letter of compliance. He said it on two of them. Is that like,
One,
it happened on the wall, the grass, next to smokehouse?
that's the one I was gonna ask about.
Yeah, and I think I saw on a second one too, and it said just send a new letter, and I'm like, what does that mean? Like,
Where's it?
like,
say?
it's like it's starting it over again, you know?
I was noted that the tent and tobacco still remain a second reinspection.
Cause shouldn't it be just ticket, you know what I mean?
Well, yes.
Isn't that
hearing-
the
Case
procedure?
He started in the system, any new letter, that should be a letter of non-compliance.
Yeah,
The hearing was conducted on 10/23. They fined him. He says he did a drive-by, did another drive-by, scheduled a third drive or a second reinspection for 12/28.
So he had a meeting with this guy after the court, I know that. And then the guy got the dump truck out of there. And he got the trailer out of there. I think just the backhoe and the tent is still left, is that correct? But
I think the back.
then he's done nothing since then. So,
How long do you give him?
well, that's what he's getting at here, I think, is that he's going to,
That's 60 days. Is that really?
the new enforcement case. I guess I'll have to get some clarification on that, because I don't think we need to do a first, second, and third letter again.
Oh, you just hammer him with
I
another
think we
ticket.
just write him another ticket, correct?
Mhm.
Well, I have a couple things to this 8895. It said, during the
95.
that's, like on the fourth, fifth page, fourth at the bottom. It says here, first letter of compliance was drafted and sent out 11:15 during the drive-by on 11:30 was noted general cleanup has begun. No, it has not. I drive by that every single day. They moved one vehicle.
Which one is this?
It's
The
the
one next
third,
to Emos.
the third to the
Yeah.
back, the Target investment one.
Yeah. They
Sixth
haven't done
page.
anything. And then his.
Excuse me?
6th page at the bottom.
Target investment?
Yeah.
But you said Phoebe, the letter came back, didn't you?
Yes,
So they didn't get their letter of compliance. They
and actually I just got their tax bill back too. Yeah, so.
And then this one on Grashit, the guy was supposed to come and apply for ZBA. I don't know if he did, but the other one that and I know I talked to you about it yesterday, Bruce, is,
First. So he only sent out the first letter on the 30th of November. The same general cleanup like we've done, but it just still. looks the
nothing. They
same.
moved one truck, but they moved that before he sent the letter out. There's like 5 abandoned cars and probably 8 trucks in the back, but you didn't notice them as much in the summer. And the other thing I know, when I talked about yesterday, Bruce, was the short road one. He told Phoebe and me that he closed that case.
Yep, it's not on here.
And I know, And I told him, after you and I talked, I said, I don't think that's the way it works.
Which one was that one?
Short road with
Oh,
the
I asked
trailer and
about that
the,
earlier, yep.
yeah, and he said, we closed that because they pulled a building permit. And I said, well, then did they come and ask to move, live in the trailer and pay a bond? And he said, well, they're not living in it. And I said, well, then that's not how this works.
Right, then it can't be there. It still can't be there.
I know.
Until there's a
I-
house.
I agree.
And a C of O. Otherwise, they'll just keep opening building permits and never building anything.
This is the second one
Right.
they pulled.
So we're not, I mean, when their permit runs out, we're not sending the money back to them, right? If
You
they-
need to talk to him about that because every single building permit that's been expired, and I've talked to him about how when it's way past that, you're supposed to say you're in danger of losing your bond. You have 10 days to address it and correct the situation. I just know he's been pushing at them. I don't know if he's doing finals. We haven't forfeited anything.
I know Justin says that an email generates automatically, but if they don't have an email, then,
Not those old ones.
Okay.
And it's,
okay.
and I also, when I talked to BSNA, it's, if you put that in the day you file the building permit, yes, it'll generate a letter, but if you put the email in tomorrow after you got the permit today, it may not generate a letter.
Well, that's. they
It's,
just gotta
it's
be
not
on it
set up
then.
exactly
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
and not everybody puts their email.
Yep, yeah.
Right, so I'll ask one quick. This Kenneth Perry on the first one, first page.
Yep.
How do we have that much tied up into that already?
I don't know.
Just on these
I was shocked.
invoices that we have for November and December?
Yep.
November 14th and December 1st, we have almost $5,600
Or just that first one?
for just that guy.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And it doesn't look like we've done anything. I don't understand how we've got that far into it.
I was
Cause I
shocked.
thought he put license on everything.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I thought that's why he said, oh, I'm gonna just do that instead of, move it.
Wait. I guess all I could do is contact the attorney and see for an explanation on why.
Yeah,
we got so much
we-
money into that. Wow. Because I don't understand what got done either. It says here that no decision was made. So it sounds like we're nowhere. Oh, Lord. So I'll go over these with Tracy, see if I can get some answers.
And then the new ones, is he running those by you before he follows up on them? Or is he just moving on these?
On the new ones?
Yeah.
Yes.
And short road,
Short
slash Grashit,
Huh?
short slash Grashit have to be put back on. Building permit doesn't exclude him from doing what he's supposed to do.
I agree.
In his mind, it is, and I told him that yesterday, because Bruce reminded me that we talked about this many years ago, that if you wanted to live in your trailer while you built your house, you had to go to the ZBA, Bruce? or the planning commission to get the okay. You had to go with some, and you had to pay a bond.
Yeah, even if they're not living in it, they can't have it parked there until there's a home. With the C of O. Otherwise, it's just a storage place.
And this is going on 4 years now.
Mhm.
And his thing is, it's not as bad as some of the other stuff.
Word's gonna get out that all you have to do is go get a building permit.
Only if Tracy knows you.
I don't know how it correlates either, but
There's gotta be something, because he likes that guy.
I know that there's a rule about while they're building, they can apply for 6 months to have something.
If they were living in it,
And I'd
If
have.
they're living in it, right,
like but that was only if they were living in it and they had to file a bond to do it.
right.
Yeah.
I think we made that
And I
bond
don't know
7,000.
It was
exactly
a lot, yeah.
where that's at in the ordinance. I'd have to look for it, but
And that
I
doesn't,
don't see how that correlates here.
right, and it doesn't help them park a semi there either.
And when I said to her, take it to storage, she said that's too expensive. But I don't see how that's our problem.
Well, exactly.
All right, well, if there's nothing else,
I'll make a motion to file the ordinance report.
I'll support.
hey, Keelman,
Oh, no.
you did?
No,
So at this point, if we.
I don't even know. I was gonna say, I don't know what it would accomplish.
I just wanted to know because I can't change stuff.
It's not
I
filed.
like him, those last minute stuff.
So if it failed.
You're just filing anyways.
Being paid top dollars.
Making a little protest.
Right.
Okay.
I agree. I just want to move on.
I know.
Christie, yes.
Good.
Duncan,
Yes.
Berenger,
Yes,
did you say no or yes?
I said yes.
Just because we don't want to get confused.
Where were you in your lineup? Were you after Stan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, assessor report, there was none.
There's no border review.
No border review?
Nope. They can now do veteran exemptions themselves. They used to have to bring them to the board. Now they can do it themselves too. So they had some of those, but they were able to do it themselves.
had enough.
So,
So there was nothing to bring.
Nothing,
before.
nothing to bring.
exactly.
So do the border review people have to come and sit here
No.
for a half hour?
Nope, she called and canceled yesterday because it was supposed to be today. And she just called them up yesterday and said there was nothing on the
It's
agenda.
ready for phone calls.
I should wait till the last second, just in case, you know,
Just in case somebody came in.
You never know.
Okay, old business, recycles.
I just printed off everything she sent me. I don't understand half of it, and if you have questions, I'm not gonna ask her, so.
I mean, what- what-
She doesn't respond to me, so
Okay, so I have questions on the second. Who
Okay.
brought it up? What started?
Sure.
I had residents complain to me about it, and Mike says he's had residents complain to him about it, so I said, okay, I'll look into it, and we haven't looked
Okay.
into it for a while. So I figured I'd look into it, but it seems to be just,
Totally
she waits
ridiculous.
for like a month to write me back, so I don't, and this happened consistently now, so I'm like over it,
It
so.
looks like a lot of money.
You weren't.
And
here.
this seems like a lot of
Yeah.
money too,
And you
yeah,
weren't
that's,
here
I'm like,
when Bruce and I talked about, what if you only did it once a month? Well, it's actually more expensive for them to pick it up once a month.
Yeah, I saw that in a minute.
exactly,
What caught my attention is that there is only a 20 to 30% participation rate.
Yeah.
that's what he said too, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So why should the 80% of the residents?
Well, everybody would have to pay.
Right,
Well,
Yeah,
everybody
but-
pays, but only for 20%.
Right,
Yeah,
Of pickup.
yeah,
right.
yeah,
And then if it was when we had GFL came and did the bid, they said, yeah, we'll pick it up, but it goes in the regular truck
Right.
because it doesn't make any money to recycle it. So they just put it with everything.
and that's why I asked her that too, and she said, no, we do take it to Pontiac, you know, but
And
it,
then Driving it to Pontiac, then.
But
that
it's
makes the fuel
expensive,
Would be
yeah.
even more than what we're paying now. for the
Exactly.
right.
garbage.
Until there's local recycling in a reasonable
distance.
distance,
Mhm.
it's not feasible.
Yeah, so that's everything, and
So
yeah,
we're just putting this as an FYI.
yeah, that's, or just no action, or whatever you guys want.
Hey, deputy clerk, I thought we talked about this last.
We did. I just want to tell you who my new deputies is. I made Jennifer Gallagher is my new deputy and
Jennifer.
Okay, and then,
and Gallagher is Galliker.
okay.
She worked elections, so she's got kind of the gist of it. She doesn't know the computer part because she's got to do that training, but
So
we
you,
have to bond her now.
yeah, so you just gotta transfer all that stuff. You don't need
Right.
approval for that. You
No,
need to take the other girl off of checking
Right.
accounts, put her on.
oh, they're not on check.
Oh, they're not on? Okay. And then transfer the
Just
bond to
transfer
the
the
other
bond. I just
person.
wanted to tell you guys, because I'm not gonna have her start coming in for training till after the new year, because it'll be fresher in her mind, although things start kicking in real quick. I've got to get my postcards and stuff mailed out. I finally got the nonprofit postage permit.
So that's gonna save us a lot on.
A lot,
on,
a lot of money. I think when I looked at the postcards, if we did them, are 51 cents, and with the nonprofit, it's like 20 some cents a postcard.
So is Phoebe gonna be able to use that for taxes?
No,
No.
Cause it's
It's
asking for
only-
money.
it's only for election related.
I think that's nonprofit,
Nonprofit.
like we cannot be requested, like no money related, right?
Well, we're not.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah,
but
well,
apparently we're
not,
asked
but-
as a bill though.
And I'll tell you why I know, when I finally went down, for 3 weeks, I was trying to get call the post office every day to try and give them the money. But the girl kept saying, I don't know where we're supposed to put it. But when I went Thursday with the check in my hand, because I said, I gotta get this moving, the printer can't print. And they typed it all in and they go, oh, you're only eligible for one thing. And they said, you can't do first class. So I could have done it 3 weeks ago is what I'm saying. Casco had all their envelopes for their taxes printed with the nonprofit thing, and they took them there and they had to buy stamps and put them on.
Whoops.
Yep,
So
I can send out,
can you or her or both look into us getting a township one where maybe we could send out taxes and assessments?
we can
cheaply?
do bulk mailing. We
Yeah,
can do bulk.
that's what I'm
mailing.
talking about.
Yeah,
A
she can
bulk
do,
stamp.
she can do bulk mailing, which will still be a lot cheaper too.
Yeah, we should look
Yeah.
into getting that stamp.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause
Mine-
assessing
mine on-
sends it out, but they could probably
Yeah.
do it the same way
Yeah.
you
my
can.
nonprofit bulk is cheaper than first class bulk, but it'll still be cheaper. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look into it, for the next taxes for sure,
Stamps.
yeah.
More and more.
Yeah, and Mike just told us yesterday that he was reading, they're gonna do a hike in January.
Of course they are.
Yeah,
We
so,
need new LLBs.
yeah, well, they do. So anyway, I'm gonna call.
You know what the LLBs are, right? Those
Long
little
Life
square
Vehicle.
things
My
they
husband was
drive.
a mailman for 35 years.
And now they're gonna use all those Ford transit things for that. They're gonna.
They're trying to go electric too.
Yeah, they're gonna bump up to transit vans.
But anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna have her start training, and then, the next thing on there with the election information, that was just kind of an FYI, so you guys could see. Now you get an absentee ballot
This?
application, yeah.
This is very convoluted.
I know, hey, this could probably tomorrow be different
This
because.
is terrible. I read through this whole thing.
And you didn't
I'm like,
understand it, did you?
Oh, my
Yeah.
Lord.
I went to that meeting on Thursday and it was amazing how much the care, the one from the county says. One day the state tells you something and 2 days later they change it. I'm trying to get reimbursed for that security camera, and we have jumped through hoops. I have to have you help me with that. But yeah, now it's gonna be, I have to set up absentee ballot applications who are on the permanent list. But now you can check a box and say you want a permanent ballot, which then,
I want to be taken off. I want to be put on.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to vote for 6 years. I mean, this is
yeah,
ridiculous.
and then I have to send out a thing asking them what their political party is, so I know.
And they're
which
gonna
ballot.
not want to tell you.
They get mad at me every time. I have 10 ballots for the February election because the school millage one.
I don't think you should have to declare your part.
I agree with you.
That's supposed to
100%.
only be for the primary though, right?
Just for the primary. But when I went to that class in October and I asked that question, I said, this is ridiculous. Because there is enough room on a ballot to put both political parties and any, like the school millage renewal. There's more than enough space on there. So why? And they said, that's the law. You have to declare for that. I really feel it's just politically. They
What
don't
about
want-
independents or no official party?
They
There
don't
are,
get to
you do
vote.
get a ballot. You do get a ballot if you want to vote on a millage with no party affiliated. But I think they're doing it just to get money for their campaigning. That's
Yeah.
all I really think it does. I'm against it, but I don't have a say. I have to follow the law. So that was just, now,
You can tell what the law is, but,
well, tomorrow it'll be a different law.
okay, next is the township website. If you haven't noticed, the website doesn't work. And, it's never gonna work again. Why, Brad?
Because it got old.
Die.
Yeah,
Oh my God. So this revised guy, the first one up here, I have a few quotes. And, I asked everybody questions and stuff. And I'm sure I can keep looking. This is not a mandatory thing to vote on, but we have no website. Either way we do it, it's gonna be a pain because we might lose our emails and have to start over. They're not sure if they can transfer our content of our emails or the content from the website. So. Of course, Joe says not to worry, but he's the one that caused the issue. if
Was
you ask me.
revised, was that person not coming in? So-
Yeah, this is the third time they were supposed to come here. And he just sent me an email the other day, said, just touching base with you, Bruce. We're still on for Tuesday night at 7:30, right? So.
this one revised?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah,
Look right here at the top.
you're
Yeah,
out,
that, and that's what I was
Revised.
thinking, yeah.
you're out.
This is the third time he didn't come, so I don't know what's up with
That's
that.
really odd. Well, his is the highest vote too.
Oh, baby.
So, yeah, so I always feel awkward talking about things when they're sitting there sometimes.
It's
So,
way-
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, so it's nice to kind of, be, be like, whoa.
I mean, my personal thought,
Where's his price? There's so many pages.
There's many pages,
my personal
yeah.
thought is this page explains it all.
Where
Oh.
in the stack is that page?
Right.
I was thinking,
And it takes 30 weeks too to do it, it said. 30
right, this is way too elaborate.
And that's what the thing, yeah, we just want it cut and dry and just,
Well, I was talking with my daughter-in-law and she did the website for her school. And she said, it isn't that, what we want isn't as complicated as some websites.
Mhm.
But her question she asked me, and this made me wonder, are we gonna be able to keep Columbus twp.org? Or
Yes.
some- Oh, we will, okay.
We can for sure keep that. So. There's two other ones here and. Just as something to compare. This one's $79 a month. Forever and ever. And that counts everything, the maintenance, the hosting fee, the whole thing.
After it's up and running or,
Well, to build it and everything.
oh, okay, so there's not like an upfront $5,000 or something?
No.
It's just, okay.
No, and that's why I included all my emails, and this is.
Yeah,
This one said we should.
Munibit, it's a company that's been soliciting me for a while about.
Yeah, I
doing-
get those from them.
Doing a new website. So I asked them all kind of questions. It seems like they gave me good answers. So you don't have to spend 5,000 a year
mhm.
like the other one, when this one could be less than 1,000 a year.
Yeah, it was nice they showed examples for this when I looked some of these up for I
Did you
think,
look some up?
yep, yep. And
And it
the other one, they were beautiful. Like, for that amount of money, but this one, yeah, I mean, it was nice and simple, cut and dry,
Yep.
so.
And then there's this other one that, my wife has worked with these guys before on websites. And so she knows the guy and he sent us, a quote, and I asked him the same kind of questions and stuff. So there's an initial fee of $809, and then it's, what is it, $39 a month. So basically, these two are normal and the other one is way out of sight, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah,
And then there could be like little fee, like in case you need more storage for your emails or more than whatever emails come with the package.
okay.
Then like, say you need, and I'm gonna make it up, 10 emails instead of 5. Then it might be another $2 per
Oh, it
email.
does say that too.
Yeah.
Or does it say that?
Yeah, it says that.
Okay,
Five or
Or
five,
like,
10
if we
gigs.
decide to leave any of them,
Is 10
you
gigs very
know,
much storage though?
10 gig.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how much we have right now. I know that they're all set on unlimited.
and I like that.
I like that too.
Yeah, cause
Mhm.
I,
But
yeah,
I don't know how much we've used of, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, yeah.
Like whoever has the most emails saved up,
Don't you have thousands?
I probably have more than anybody else.
I have
I don't
thousands
delete
too.
any of mine and I refer to it
Yeah,
a
I do
lot.
too.
Yeah,
I
I
refer-
just, search and I refer to stuff,
Yep,
so.
I have mine saved back all the way.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So I don't know how many gigs that's taken up. I guess that I could have that figured out.
Maybe we could just do the people who need it, you know what I mean? Cause some people, I don't know, I mean, maybe
Oh, I see, cause
You
you're
know what
saying
I
like
mean?
Mike and Justin probably
mean,
don't need a lot of storage.
yeah, well, we could ask them,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
think Mike keeps a whole lot because, and that's the other thing.
I don't know.
I heard him telling you that when somebody goes into when they could go into the web info and ask a question, he can't reply to them.
Well, what happens is when somebody writes, I don't know, are they getting that off the website or are they getting that off of the county website? But they're writing to our general information, but it's a forward to our general
Oh, that- yeah.
information from somewhere else.
That's what's happening.
And so it loses all the return information of who sent it.
Yeah,
right?
I've done
Yeah.
that before where.
We were thinking it was from the website, cause there was something there like, hey, ask us a question, but I mean, but we
I
never
have to look at-
confirmed it though.
I have to look at
so.
Mike's computer and see where those are coming from, because if they are coming from the county website, because our website hasn't been working for months, so I
I've
don't think
gotten
they could be
them,
coming from there.
Cause I've gotten them before. I don't know if it just says info. It's very vague. Yeah.
At Columbus.
Yeah,
Community,
it just says the same thing or something. It's
Yeah.
very like, yeah,
Because if we can figure out where they're coming from and it's somebody we can contact,
yeah,
we-
that's
we
the
could
case.
maybe
Then
make
we
them
need to
fix
fix
that
that.
problem.
Yeah. I can
Because
ask
he
Mike.
does that all the time.
And I can look at the county website. That's a good idea. What if it's on the
Another
county?
Email I can't answer, and if you don't leave a phone number, he can't even call.
right, but what if the county has some general information
used
thing
to.
for
Yeah.
Columbus,
They do,
And then it-
actually.
and then it forwards to
Right.
us,
Yeah.
Right.
we're losing. who
Cause
it
it
came
used to with
from.
the old website. I remember when we
Yeah.
first started working. I don't remember.
That's
I haven't
something
looked
we
at
should
it
look
since.
at and see, because if it is coming from the county, then the county
We need to
fix
figure
it.
that out, yeah. My question for the websites, if we decide to stop, do we own the website? I don't know much about this, but do we own the website? Is it, or do we own the hosting? You know what I mean? Like, we've had to,
Well, the domain registration and the hosting thing it's a once a year thing.
yeah. But is it us owning it? Like if we decide to leave and, oh, we don't like this,
Oh, you mean if we want to?
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Cause we kind of had this problem with our last one. Do we
Right.
own it? Oh, now we own it, like,
I didn't ask
Yeah.
that question.
I don't know how to word it, but.
This one right
Yeah.
here, how long will the set be at $79? Our management does not raise prices after signing. How can he state that?
Yeah,
Well, because they must sign for
it
a
says
certain
links can
length
be
of
put,
time.
links can be put on, but we're more concerned about your link to go in and pay taxes, correct? Because I don't care about,
No, that's
all the
easy.
scenes.
You just gotta put in a link.
but I'm just saying, those are ones, because we've got a bunch on there that
Oh,
are
yeah.
just.
So
like
the
information.
biggest difference here is with this revised one, they manage that website. And with these,
We would have.
we manage them. But
We don't have a continuous,
they say it's way easier to manage them now than WordPress.
What would be
Yeah.
nice is to call, if we could call the townships, like this one only shows some places, to call them and say, hey, You know, how well is it to maintain it and, and what do you think about them too, The other one, I didn't see any
All right.
references on.
Well,
Obviously Diane's one,
Look into, so ownership. Right?
Mhm.
Of website. And,
So it says here like
check
this,
references, right?
yeah, this Munibit.
Yep,
It says, I'm unable to access your existing site, but I assume Bluehost, who has built and maintained your site. If you move to our platform, Munibit, I can't even say that word, would host your site on our own platform.
right, that means, because I
Our
asked
email
them,
Will change it?
because what I said is, are we gonna still be Bluehost? Only you guys are doing it now? And that is answering, nope, we'll do it ourselves.
But will we keep our email addresses? We don't know.
We don't know. Didn't I write something? There was a
It
question about
didn't hear.
emails are set up through domain registrars. We're at fastdomain.com. You can keep your existing emails.
My worry is like Phoebe said.
and the other one
always-
is do whatever, you can do whatever you need. Email is really flexible for the second one.
I just don't want to lose my emails. That worries me and all my contacts.
Then who would be in charge of the website management here?
Well, Brett's been doing it.
When it works.
But they'll train any of us, maybe all of us if we want. I would not suggest that everybody be in there changing.
No,
I know, right, that?
I don't.
The war.
Well, that's something, well, yeah, I know what you're saying. We have to think about who you want in control. But we should have more than one person, like Brett was putting on the minutes.
And I had access
Right.
to all the emails, so I could change the passwords for you. Like, if you couldn't get into your email anymore, or somebody, like say the ordinance officer quit and we got another one, you still want the ordinance enforcement email to work. So I would change the email, password for the new guy to use.
And now you can't do that because now we don't have that. That is disabled.
Yeah. I don't know what's up with that about high tech.
Yeah, because mine, it's disabled. I tried again.
Actually, I wanna mention high tech at the end of this discussion thing.
So it wouldn't hurt if Brett still kept doing the minutes and the videos and,
Yeah, if Brett learned it and I learned it, I
Yeah.
think that would be good.
I mean, it would be nice, like Christine wanted that changed, like for the poverty thing. She just wanted it to say something like, you have to have that in by the end of February every year, instead of a year in there.
Right.
Then once that's in there, it stays
Right.
that way. And like, I would like to put right now, is anybody interested in working the elections?
All right, well, the longer we wait, the
Mhm.
longer it's
Well, I
gonna
found-
be until we. can
yeah, we
get
need to do
information out.
something. I mean,
I did find this.
who do you,
list.
which one do you recommend we go with?
I'm comfortable with either one of them.
I don't think this Munibit, that does a lot of government ones, because I guess that was all the time from them, and they say they work with a lot of government entities.
So. If you guys want me to pick one of these two, just for instance, then I would,
Could you maybe get a little?
try to get more information and pit one against the other in my questions, not. Actually
Do you
pit one
think we
against the
could-
other, but to see. What sounds like a easier, better fit.
Do you think we
Yeah.
could do something like make a motion that you're gonna get more information and get back with us and make the final decision so that we don't wait a whole another month? I mean, if you found something out in the next week or so. I mean, you're just looking for a little bit of clarification, right?
Correct. And I would think it will only take a couple days to get some answers.
Yeah.
I don't think we should wait as long.
I mean, what did you say, July? It's been July since we've had,
Yeah,
What'd you use Firelight for?
I had to make several different websites for different people that I knew. Like a doctor, and he does a lot of churches, and he does a lot of community. Like. I think it was like 5 different ones that I've dealt with them, with, just to help other people. Get
Right.
Connected with somebody that could get on the website. That's how I know him.
so like this,
and this one, this Unibit one is municipal website.
yeah, because it
And it's
says,
a regular company, and this Firelight guy is, but he's a small guy, so.
this one says it's compliant with, government regulations. So I don't know.
There's like pros and cons for both, because it is
Yeah.
kind of nice to have a small guy too, because then they're like undivided attention. You get that sometimes, you know.
Yep.
But also it's nice to have somebody with government too, because they
Yeah.
already know the ins and outs of stuff, so,
Then this,
yeah.
and like I said, I'm comfortable with either one, but then I think, well, so then what if we do this and you quit? Then what happens? And I know he's never gonna quit. Right? I mean,
Yeah.
Famous last word.
Look after her.
You remember that?
Yeah, we all famous last words, yeah.
I'll be here. Now, how did he say it? I'm going nowhere.
We don't
or
trust
something
no
like
one
that.
now.
The guy must have quit 3 months after. Do
Oh, I didn't know it was that long.
Wait till they got your check.
you remember that?
Yeah.
I
That was crazy.
So
I think you just jinxed us or something.
For this community, that's only because they're government. That's, just makes me a little more comfortable because they're more knowledgeable about if we have certain things we have to comply with.
But we don't really have to comply with anything. There's no specific government, anything the website has to do.
You think they can migrate everything that we, oh, you can't get into it, so how
Can't get
could?
into it because it's old and died.
Yeah.
What happened to, like our ordinance and zoning books, you know, our, so we're never gonna be able to,
Oh, no, Joe said, I have a copy of everything on that site, so just have them call me.
okay,
and I-
okay.
And I'll fill it back.
That was
out.
like a, you know, I think.
But I don't want
Yeah.
Joe involved. I just want the information.
That's not on our server saved anywhere?
What, the website?
No, the zoning book and the ordinance book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, we have digital copies. of
They
that
would know
stuff.
how to access.
But it probably wouldn't be the interactive one, not that it was really interactive.
never-
I know, right? Not that we ever interacted with it.
Not
No, it was not.
But I know Tracy's been telling people that they could print permit applications online
Mhm,
and they can't, so I know, I know they come in and they're a little
So
grouchy.
somebody would like to make some kind of motion to do something or not, that's, you know. I would think the sooner the better to get going on it.
Looks like all the ones that Muni has are all like exactly the same. You just change the pictures and, you know, tweak the layout. It's probably your fastest one to get up and running.
How long did they say it would take? Doesn't even, not very long, right?
I don't think so.
The website,
Yeah.
Unibit is a website builder for small
It
municipalities.
says 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
What?
Yeah.
They can have us back up.
They're pretty generic, you know, just like. a-
This Munibus said that they want us to.
I think we need to go with them.
Did you read that maybe?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
that's still, well.
I'll make a motion that we go with the Schilling, Walton Schilling
Unibit.
or
For Munibit?
Unibit.
Okay.
I'll support.
Oh, did you, Brett?
Yeah,
Okay.
can't be any worse than what we have now.
Right?
Oh, you should have said that.
Or is it
You're gonna
worse?
jinx us now, I guess.
Should've said that.
We're just-
Doesn't even work. Shame.
Okay, Gilman,
Yes.
Berenger,
Yes,
Ethan,
Yes.
Duncan,
Yes.
Christie, yes. Carrie. All right, I'll let you know what happens. Get every question I can answer. If you think of any other question, get with them and I'll get them answered. All right? New business, RISA 24 summer tax. Need a motion.
I make a motion to approve the recent summer tax being collected in the summer of 24.
Not Memphis School District though. So just to verify that there.
What do you mean?
They've never done Memphis in the summer. They only do East China and Marysville in the summer. Yep. Yep. Memphis is in the winter.
So we're gonna do, so how do you want me to write that, baby?
Just say,
Pay RISA tax in summer minus Memphis.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
collect in summer of 24.
Yeah, once Memphis jumped on, a few years ago, they're like, no, we're fine. So it's always just been those two school
And
districts.
who, was there a second?
I can second.
Is this for the school districts or just for RISA?
RISA, but they are not on our Richmond school, there's 4 school districts in Columbus Township. They don't go on the Richmond School District, they have the MISD.
Right.
Instead of RISA. And so they have to be in the summer, but once Memphis jumped down to the summer, I don't know, like what, a few years ago. And I asked them, I'm like, well, do you want RISA to follow along with them? And RISA said, no, they'd rather stay in the winter for Memphis School District. I said, okay, so.
You think they'd call that out on here, right?
It's confusing.
Huh?
You would think they follow.
I had to verify it with them.
Yeah.
Every year, I'm like, not Memphis, they're like, oh yeah, and I'm like,
Why?
even MIC still sends me stuff every year, and I'm like, aren't you guys supposed to be in the winter? I say, you guys don't like our price. Oh yeah, no, we don't want to, and I'm like, okay, like, I have to remind you every year, you don't like our price.
I feel like they should have put that in this letter.
No, it's the same, no, they don't, it's just generic letter, apparently, so, I don't know.
Duncan,
Yes.
Judith,
Yes.
Christie, yes. Fielding,
Yes.
Berenger,
Yes.
Carrie. Okay, special land use review for Lucas Dewey, 2394 Palm Road. This one before the planning commission.
Last week.
Last. This is, an updated. copy.
Is it you guys? Okay. 'Cause I used to take my dog there, so I'm kind of like know it a little bit, so. You guys are really making the area small, like where the dogs run. Does that seem, are they gonna be big enough, like the grass area? With the setbacks and everything?
Yeah,
Okay.
but he's gonna make a different one later.
Oh, you are? Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, that's really
We're gonna add a
small.
different run later.
Okay, okay. And then you guys are adding onto it too, the building? Is that, cause I saw on here, it said like new construction or something, yeah. Down the road? Okay, okay. And what is that area?
To
supposed
the
to be?
building or
The-
inside the building?
Inside the building right now, I'm just putting the columns up, epoxying the floor.
Right.
And then putting insulation on the walls.
But are you expanding the building later?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
And what would that be for?
eventually I would like to put indoor outdoor runs on the backside.
Okay.
So during the day, the dogs can have the opportunity to go outside or inside.
Yes.
No be heated on.
Okay, okay, cool, cool.
This is just boarding, right? Not dog rescue. Correct. Not dog rescue.
No.
Was there any citizen complaints at all that came or anything? Okay.
So
Oh, he's right next door to,
Forgets.
Surget's on the one side. where-
Yeah, you're right, yes.
Is where this building's at.
Yeah, yeah,
The other side, the house is closer to the front.
okay, cool.
I can't imagine anybody would say.
this
anything.
is showing all the things you guys, talked about, right?
Yeah, I don't see anything missing.
I thought everything looked
Yeah.
good.
Motion lights.
That's there's a septic field for the pole barn and then a separate one at the house, is that right?
Yes.
Cool.
That's a really cool setup.
And the one by the pole barn it's an engineer's field out there, so.
What does this mean?
So how do you teach the dogs to flush the toilet?
It does happen, apparently. Or cats do or
Cats,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
What does this mean, 9 with the parking, 9 now, 30 dogs need 17? They have to have 17 parking spots?
Yep,
Yeah.
Dogs can drive.
Yeah, they're gonna drive themselves there every day and hang out.
most of them dogs have their
Drive
own
their
cars.
cars over there.
It's a bit excessive, but those are the rules, so, and they've got the room, so.
Oh,
Good, good.
so are you just doing gravel?
Yes.
Right.
Did you guys have anything you felt needed to change? I thought everything looked good from what I
You
could.
can barely see it from the road.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the special land use for 2394 Palms Road. From the recommendations of the planning commission.
I'll support.
How soon will you be open to the public?
I'm planning the second week of June.
Going to that town?
Huh?
You going to that town? Got the dog off?
Oh, I'm like, I used to go there all the time. Oh, did you?
So we're saying that. You're saying to approve,
The special land use. With them, with the recommendations of the planning commission, you know.
with the recommendations of the planning commission, and the land use review.
Yes, sure. Yeah, you can add that. Yep.
All right, so I got to read like, to approve special land use according to the planning commission recommendations and land use review.
Perfect.
Is there a second?
Brett did.
You did? Yep. Okay. Christie, yes. Duncan,
Yes.
you did,
Yes.
Gilman,
Yes.
Berenger,
Yes.
okay, carried.
Good luck, you guys.
So now, do you guys have to apply for any building permits or anything like that, or are you just good to go, or where are you at? I mean, what are you, just
It's just interior.
interior stuff?
Yep.
You're just fixing up stuff inside? Okay, and then the fence, I don't think there's any fence permits.
That's the only.
There's no fence permits, right?
Should be good to go.
Cause it's, yeah.
Thank you.
Cool.
All right.
Merry Christmas. Yeah.
That 100-foot setback for the fence seemed ridiculous to me.
I don't know.
I didn't even know what to do with that.
Cause I saw that and it's like,
What? Well,
I didn't even know there was.
You guys have restroom?
Yeah, go
Yes.
through that.
go
door.
through that door, then go through the other door.
No. And yeah.
Thanks, Diana.
there we go, Diana.
And do a Ewing and.
Not that easy. Yeah, because for a kennel, it's 100 feet from the property line. You have to have the fence.
Yeah, see.
I can understand for
But they
dogs.
already had a fence.
Yeah,
And they're like, well, it was running illegally. Well, Yeah, it's next to a freaking storage yard.
Yeah.
Who's it
Yeah.
gonna bother?
I mean, if they want to, they could go to the ZBA or
Well, that's
whatever.
what Matt
you know.
told them. You
Yeah,
could.
if they really want to, that's what I thought too. And I'm like, oh, cause I've been there. So it's like, I know the area a little bit and I'm like,
And they might at some point.
Yeah. With
Used to
the,
be called Pugsley's Place.
Ugly
Yeah.
place, yeah.
I didn't ask them, are they renaming it or?
oh, I'm sure he is.
yeah, I don't know.
I'm sure they will.
I don't know.
It's gonna be dog training, hunting dog training.
Okay.
Next is text amendment, ag setbacks. MPC number 23-01.
So- What do we do on this one? Do we have to make a motion to agree with their
We either,
assessment?
we either accept it or decline it or change it.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
I'll support.
Can I ask why it came about? No, I'm sorry to.
It seemed like we got more and more people that were asking about it. On side setbacks. And then, we had talked about it. 4 years ago, maybe, and Matt kind of squashed it. And then it came up again, like twice.
We're running into a lot of situations. If you look at the platform, not every farm has the exact same amount of frontage. So when you split a farm off and make 4 or 5 lots, there's always gonna be one lot that's gonna be more than 250 feet. Well, if they have 285 feet and the lot next to them has 250 feet, they have different set of rules for setbacks.
Okay.
This is to eliminate that, because a person that has more frontage should have the same rights as the 250 foot.
My question is, when you have a pole barn with animals in it, you have to be 50 feet off the lot line if you have.
75.
75, I mean. So now you've reduced that and now you put a barn up. I put a barn up to store things in and then I move and somebody comes in and puts animals there and then now you're not meeting the setback for animals. I just,
I just want to be educated on it, because I'm kind of.
Well, the animal issue is, I don't think it's gonna make a difference whether you're 30 feet or 75.
Yeah, I almost think that needs to be changed too.
Yeah.
But it did say in the recommendation that technically we are really high for our county.
Yep,
really high.
Apparently, it was saying that too.
Yeah, Carol Walters said we're ridiculous to the point that people wouldn't buy property here because of the. Because right now, if you have a, rectangle piece of property and you have to be 75 feet and 75 feet on a 250-foot piece of property, you're directly in the middle. And now your barn has to go right behind your house.
Don't we have another
we
zoning,
do. We do.
Yeah. Mhm.
but don't we have another zoning law that eliminates that we
Yeah,
did a while
Yeah,
ago?
you're 250, you can be 30.
On
2 acres or less.
2 acres or less. There was something else with the footage on that one though, too. I thought we were off.
If you got 250 and then there's one, if it's. Your outbuildings can be closer.
Yeah, I think this eliminated both of those and we went to 30 feet on all of it.
So they took away those
Correct.
rules? Okay.
This would take away these.
Correct. So it's simple. Now it's just 30-foot side setback.
We had too many ZBA hearings that were because of them rules.
It would not the rear setback. It's still 75 feet.
Rear setbacks, yeah. Nobody ever.
But the one thing said it was kind of confused, if it is unclear if the township wishes for the rear yard.
Yeah.
So what did that mean? Like,
We were not changing the 75-foot
Right.
rear setback.
That's what, yeah, right. here,
Only the
number
side.
3. It's confusing text, unenforceable language.
yeah.
Are
okay.
there any issues? They're saying
75 foot to the rear, no.
that there's an inconsistency between the proposed language and the approved motion. While the amended language proposes to reduce both side and rear setback. The motion only states the approval of the side setback. So there's no conflicts with the reduction of either. It's just unclear what
Just
the
the
township
motion.
wishes.
Yeah, the motion compared to,
So whatever the motion was,
Oh, because Joe sent it wrong.
we can change it,
No, the motion was correct. It was just side setback.
just side setbacks.
Proposed zoning text amendment overview. Township of Columbus is promoting zoning ordinance to reduce the rear and side yard setbacks.
where did Joe write that?
I'm assuming Joe sends it to them, correct?
Yep. Joe sent this in, right? Is that, you
Yeah.
don't send these in, do you?
I used to, but now Joe's been doing it,
Where did he write that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't.
Looking right.
Oh, right there, and their proposed zoning text amendment for the St. Clair County, that same page. It's that first section. It says right there to reduce the rear,
Rear, it would still be.
Not the rear. The rear
Okay.
was
so
left.
no rear, so we need to take that off, because that's what that says. The width. And amend their rear and side yard, right there, it says it right there too, in what the planning commission recommended. It's at the last sentence of the first paragraph, and amend their rear and side yard measurements to now require a 30-foot setback.
Okay, there you want.
Right here under the county, it says it right under the planning commission, it says rear there too. And I don't know if does he fill in that part, I
No.
assume? He doesn't,
They did that, but they're only going off of what he wrote.
and that's why I wanna know, what does he
sent
write?
them the wrong
What
thing.
does he-
They're-
Joe wrote that, but just last week, they verified at the planning commission, somebody on the planning commission asked
Yep.
Joe, did you guys want to leave the rear the same and just change the sides? And the consensus, they didn't vote on it again, but the consensus was, yes, that's what we meant to do.
Correct. The rear was supposed to be 75 and the side was 30.
Cause if we do approve this, maybe we should specify that 10.
Yeah.
Well,
You know, yeah, just
Yeah.
because it's kind
Add
of,
that
you
to the
know,
motion.
since it's a gray area.
Motion to accept with 30-foot setback and 75-foot rear setback clarification, I guess.
30-foot for the side setback. And keep 75 foot.
Only.
Yeah, side set,
Rear
side.
stay the same.
Correct.
Only, and rear to say the same, okay.
Good old Joe.
So other townships range from 15 to 25 feet, so.
Yeah, some of them are really small.
Yeah. Next question, Riley's and instead of,
In Clausen, it's 5 feet.
in what?
Good God.
In Clausen, it's 5 feet. That's why the houses are all built that close together and you can barely walk between the
Yeah.
garage and the fence.
Driveways. Yeah. Okay.
All right, Duncan,
Yes,
Judith,
Yes.
Berenger,
No,
Keelman,
Yes.
Christie, no. Motion carried. All right, poverty guidelines. So now. How does this take effect? It's gotta be published in the newspaper for 30 days or something beforehand. Is that how that goes?
we give it back to Christine once you sign it, and then she takes care of all
I
that.
have to sign this?
Well, we have to approve it. I don't
oh,
know.
he's still talking about that, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
that.
he's still talking about that, okay, yeah.
No, we have to get hold of Joe. He's got.
Oh, it's,
he'll-
their board decision. here.
Yeah,
All right, so.
yeah,
is
but
it
he has,
approved?
and we have to get hold of Joe and have him publish it in the paper, but he's gotta make those corrections.
Well, here, I'll just sign this one. And then,
I can tell Mike tomorrow to have Joe, get hold, well, or I'll call Joe tomorrow and tell him what. the
and I'll make a copy of that and send it to you.
Yeah,
So these are gonna come out of here.
Correct. It should all be the same now.
Because even on this paper, I can see he did put rear right here, 30 feet
Yeah.
there too, so he messed up in a few spots.
All right, poverty guidelines. For 2024. We're doing, or I guess we're proposing to do the same thing as last year. Where we take the government guidelines and add 10%. That's what we did last year.
we did that last year. I'm just gonna make a motion to approve the poverty guidelines. For 2024.
With the 10% increase.
Approve guidelines with 10%, okay.
I'll second that.
Christie, yes. Berenger,
Yes.
Gilman,
Yes.
Dudek,
Yes.
Duncan,
Yes.
carried. Okay. Expiring terms. So planning commission, both Matt Cates and Tim Bennett, want to re-up. And, so I'm going to, we didn't get any other applicants, so I'm going to just,
Okay.
propose that.
So
I
in
think
that
you-
case,
Pick them.
I picked them, yep.
yep, Kimberly, Bennett,
You guys want to make a motion to concur?
I'll make a motion to concur with the supervisor's recommendation.
With his appointment.
With his appointment, okay.
Also,
Duncan,
Yes.
Gilman,
yes.
Berenger,
Yes.
Christie, yes. Dudek,
Yes.
there's that one. All right, Diane Cooper is the only one expiring on the zoning board of appeals. She sent a letter to be reappointed. Nobody else applied.
When did we make Paul an alternate?
We didn't.
Oh.
We're gonna talk about that next.
Okay, all right.
I was wondering that too,
Because I thought, gee, I. feel
because we
like
just made fun of him because he went in the back and we're like,
Yeah.
you have to be on a board to be back here, you know? Get out of here.
So, somebody want to make a motion to, reappoint?
I'll make a motion to reappoint Diane Cooper for the zoning board of appeals.
I'll support.
It's a 3-year. Okay, Christie, yes. Duncan,
No,
Gilman,
Yes.
Berenger,
No,
and Dudek.
Yes.
Okay, now, Paul Rosinski said that he would like to be, an alternate. And we have an open alternate spot. Would anybody?
He probably said that because we made fun of him, so it's probably like, I
Maybe.
know, right?
Maybe this is his chance to get in the
I know, right?
Just wants to get in the back.
And I'll support.
So will we do like we did before where they take turns then?
Yep,
Okay.
Who made the motions? I'm sorry.
Keelman, then do that.
Okay, all right.
At 3 years.
Yep. Three-year term. Christie, yes. Duncan,
Yes.
Dudek,
Yes.
Berenger,
Yes.
Gilman,
Yes.
carried. Okay, I have a couple things to, just while we're on this. This is something to bring up. With, alternates. I kind of feel like maybe they should get a packet every time too.
I think Mike started doing that for the ZBA because that one lady kept not showing up. I think he just started automatically doing. that.
Yeah, I agree. The alternate should automatically get
I
it
think
too,
they should get a packet.
Yeah.
so that they're aware of the case in case
Yeah.
it's called.
Because
So
that
they're aware.
one
of the
Like it's
case.
last minute.
That
and
one
stuff,
lady
yeah.
like canceled like the day of or something. So I think after that, Mike said, I'm just gonna mail it to her. And I think.
Yeah, we talked about on the ZBA.
Yeah.
And
I
then
highly recommended.
going hand in hand with that. I'm just throwing this out there as an idea, that on the alternate. If they're gonna have the packet and study the packet and be ready to serve. In case somebody's dog dies at the last minute or something, or whatever the reasons are, because it seems like there's been a problem with everybody showing up on the board for that one. It's something to think about, between now and whenever the next meeting is, or, that we should maybe pay alternates something to be on board, to be ready to play. And I just thought, if you don't show up, like say you're a regular board member and you don't show up, I don't think you should get paid at all for that meeting.
Yeah.
But then and just say we pay half of a regular person for the alternate to be ready to go. You know which one, you don't gotta pay them both every time, because you know this one's gonna be ready to go next.
So are
Well, what
you,
if the alternate doesn't make it, and then it's the alternate of the alternate? Seriously, you never know.
now what you're saying is then so when the package gets sent out, do both alternates get it or just the one that's on call that?
Yeah, what if one person's like, I can't make it, even though that's that person on call, but they're like, I'm on vacation that whole month, whatever. I'm just
I would-
thinking, just,
You're right, you're
yeah,
right,
I'm looking at each scenario.
but
And then do they get paid mileage? Are they, cause if they're doing the research,
Nobody's- Diane Cooper and that Dave are the only two that ever turn in.
but I'm
mileage.
just saying, but what if our alternates change, so, they
I
may.
know what you're saying, yeah.
well, there wouldn't be any mileage if they're not called to play, right?
Oh, well, because they may not go out. Well, see, yeah, I don't know, because maybe, Paul. Paul will be on the case.
Yeah,
What we should,
it was just.
we're gonna have bylaws for the ZBA too in January. And I think we're gonna have a 48-hour notification that if you cannot make it to that meeting, you have to give 48-hour notice. Or
Or what?
Or are you required to?
Yeah, right.
or everybody has
We'll
to
get you.
attend the
Well,
workshops?
I know.
Everybody has.
We
thought
tried
that-
scaring people, we
Mandatory
can't.
workshops. And how many people didn't?
Well,
Yeah,
we thought that
exactly,
if
yeah.
you get 3 strikes if you miss 3 meetings with not,
Well, that is
reasonable.
already part.
So
of
if you miss 3 meetings, your board has to vote
Yeah,
to
to
make
remove you.
them
Yeah.
off. And then that person is allowed to appeal to this board.
right. Because we couldn't do that until we had bylaws.
Says who?
Huh?
Says who? It's in the zoning enabling. Act.
Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
I didn't know the ZBA had power to vote someone off the ZBA.
Yep.
The ZBA does?
They can vote somebody off their own board.
I thought we
if
couldn't
they
do it
miss
until we
three
had
consecutive meetings.
documented bylaws.
It doesn't have to be 3 consecutive, it's 3 in the year, I read one.
So
I thought
I'm
it was
not
consecutive
poo-pooing the
too.
bylaws. That's probably a good idea to have them,
Yeah,
you know, and to specifically
well, at
state
the
certain
workshop,
things
they
like that.
recommended that we have bylaws.
Yes, and there's certain things like that you want to have in there, like, it's mandatory to go to.
We're
those,
probably gonna be talking about, cause we
meetings.
know the attendance thing, we needed to do something.
The
Because
attendance thing has
It's
to be dealt.
unfair and applicants paying $500 now for a hearing. And to have somebody miss and you got 4 board members and 2
Mhm.
vote yes and 2 vote no.
Yeah.
Well, they deserve to have a full board. I
Correct.
agree. Every situation deserves to have a full board.
So then you kind of take away the thing of having to pay somebody, because if you're going to require 48-hour notice, then that person would then know that.
Right, their pay, if you miss, your pay's not going to them, it's gonna go to the alternate.
Right, which is what happens anyway.
Right.
Okay, I'm just talking. I just
Okay.
bringing it up.
Let's let them have their meeting.
But no, that's good that we get
So
some,
when they have theirs and they do their bylaws and all that, and then if they're gonna do the 48-hour, well, that kind of eliminates the need to pay somebody as an alternate partial.
72 hours.
That's even better.
yeah,
3 days.
72.
Well, I think if you're gonna have an alternate at the ready, they ought to be allowed enough time to get ready.
Right.
Yeah, if you don't know by Saturday and Tuesday, there's gonna be a hearing.
Cause that's counting, like, what is that counting? All the way to the time of the meeting, you know? So that's,
Yes.
that 12 hours, you
72
know,
hours
is that
before the
day,
meeting.
you know, so.
Yeah, 72 hours before the meeting,
Yeah, to me, that would be a little bit more,
And
you need to say,
I'm not gonna be there.
I'm not gonna be there, or I am.
Because Stan's right, it's not fair to people when they pay their money and they want a decision made.
especially now that it's 500 too, so that's a lot of
Well-
money to pay and.
I'm glad here's a consensus, cause we'll put 72 hours in our bylaws in.
Well, I think that's fair,
Yeah,
but like I told Matt, it's not my board. I don't wanna be,
well, we all agree that
forcing you
something
guys
needs to be
follow
done
Certain rules.
because
Yeah, you guys have to vote on them rules.
Yeah, but Stan's like our representative for the board, you know, he
Right,
like
right.
takes our input and, you know, takes it to the board too, so that's cool.
Okay, so, we're good here. Just wanted to discuss it a little bit. All right, next, near-term culvert replacements. This is our brand new bad culvert list.
Oh.
Question is, do we want to get a work order on any of these and start dealing with them now? Or do we want to let it hang in the balance and,
What do you
apply
mean
for-
do it now? What do you mean?
well, like I could say, like this cheapest one's 59,000, right? The bottom one, the big handed overshirt here.
well, they give estimated lifespan.
Yeah, 3 to 5 years. 2 to 4 years, 3 to 5 years. So all I'm asking you right now is, do you want me to have Clint make a work order for any of these so we can vote on it? Or do you want to just hang this on the wall right now and chip away one a year?
Well, we got,
I
I
do
mean,
have a
what we
question.
budgeted, I mean, is it something that we would be able to get done within this budget year too? You know, like, is it stuff that he's, you know, I don't know, winter, do they work on culverts? And I don't know, I don't know.
Well, we don't run out until March 31st.
And that's what I'm saying, because we do have,
We got plenty of money in.
we
the
got a
roads,
lot of money right there, yeah,
And they haven't done much for us. this
yeah,
year.
And
no,
I
they
would say
have
if
not.
We were gonna
We
do
got-
any, I would say do the one that's got 2 to 4 year life. 'Cause
Well,
that's. in the
But
worst
it's worse though, because that's the first thing I thought. But
Yeah.
it says estimated remain life 2 to 4 years. Pinholes and culvert bottom 15 to 25% loss. But the one below it says it's 3 to 5 years and it's got 35 to 45% loss.
Yeah, and so is the top
Yeah,
one.
you're right.
Well, how can this one last 4 years? Because it gets less traffic, maybe? Because there's not that many
Coghill-
cars that go down Coghill.
Yeah.
Coghill Road, nobody's gonna drive there.
Maybe that's why.
That one, well, But they're
Yeah.
saying that one's gonna last a shorter time, like it's got more.
But
traffic.
But it's got
Brett's
less
saying you have
damage.
less steel loss.
I know,
That doesn't make any sense
which
at all.
makes it think that, oh, there's a lot of traffic on that road.
Yeah, no, not on Coghill.
Yeah, cause in budget, we have 159,000, I think minus 1,000, cause that's on the other sheet. So yeah, like $155,000. I mean, we got money there.
But we could knock one of these off.
Right,
That's what I'm
Which-
saying. Like, if
which
we want
one-
to, why not? We got money in
which
there.
one sounds the worst?
I don't know, 1 and 3 both have the same amount of steel loss in the same lifespan.
So that one, Palms Road over
East.
Holland.
Oh, that's that first dip on Palms Road.
really? The
north of
dirt.
Brett.
Okay,
North
okay.
of
Is that where that,
That's on the dirt road?
Yeah,
is that where that car, those cars were getting stuck?
No, that was on the tar part.
Oh, okay.
I got a picture of that one where with the car stuck in it.
Well, I think we should do one. Stan, you usually know.
Well, let's
which
pick one.
you
Let's
wanna
just pick the Palms Road one. How about that?
yeah.
do. Okay,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll make a motion to approve 62,000 for replacing the culvert on Palm Road over the Holland Drain.
Right, because these are estimated costs now. Well, could they go up between now and?
Well, maybe we don't
3 to
need
5
any
years.
motion and I'll just tell them to make a work order for
Okay.
us. How about that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
do that.
for all three of them, you're saying?
No, no,
Oh.
we'll do, I'll have them make a
Pick
work
one.
order for the Palms Road one.
Oh, okay, okay. We'll still
we'll
make,
make this an FYI then.
oh, okay.
Because it looks like they have to do a
Survey.
survey and design, so it could take a while.
Okay.
But we might as well get it in the works,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
We're gonna do Palms Road.
And then the big hand one
I
over
think we
the
do
sharp
big hand
tiers,
too.
35 to 40.
Yeah, it is too. Could we do both of them? I mean, I know it's a little bit over budget, you know, if we do
What
110.
did you say we had how much?
I gotta find it again.
I thought you said 100 and
Where does it?
Remember what I-
Rain goes on Easter Falls.
I think
21,000.
55.
Big end east of Palms.
Yes.
Oh, that's.
Yep, so like 156,000.
Well, those would be
Down there.
121.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, what if
Almost
it's
down where
cheaper
the
than what it is
dog is.
anyways,
Yeah.
you know?
No, it's on Big Hand.
I know, east of Palms.
Okay.
Have that be on that side.
One is called.
Gratiot.
A Crier.
Oh, in
That's
front
on
of
the other side of
the
Big.
big
Oh,
deep
really?
ditch on the south side of the road.
Cross, cross.
No.
East,
All right.
is the other side of home.
Just to be spiteful.
Yeah. On Big Hand though, which would be
Yeah, just,
south of Gratiot.
2,700 feet, that would be like close by Lauren Brown's someplace in there, I think.
Oh, okay.
so you want me to have to price out two of them?
Yeah, do
Both
both
of
of them, the
Yeah.
big candy and the palms. Might as well do it while they're, you know.
Yeah, they say
We
they're
can.
the
yeah.
worst ones.
Sure. Yeah, I like to knock these out whenever we can.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I'll have them do that.
Cause the cost is only gonna go up.
Yep. All right, we're clear sailing here now. Township meeting dates for, the planning commission and the board.
Question, do we want to make the board meeting at 7 or no? Cause it's just confusing to have planning. We always talk about being consistent. What time is DBA at? Is that 7:30?
7:30.
That's
7:30.
7:30, so,
But I know,
What do
Phoebe,
you guys
yeah,
think?
we've made those mistakes with them.
I don't want to change to 7. It's just harder for me to get here.
Yeah, there's too many people that don't get home from work till 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Brett makes it to the planning commission at 7.
With my hair on fire, I hate that one. I didn't want it at 7, but everybody else
okay,
wanted
doesn't
it.
work for you either, okay, okay. As long as we're keeping these meetings going, so I can put my kids in bed, so I'd appreciate it.
We're going fast.
Yep, we are doing good.
And I see you
I know.
did- I see you did put in here for the,
Okay, so just
primary,
FYI,
the general election,
Yes.
so. That's good.
So, and then the next one's the road commission meetings and you're in charge of those, bulletin
Mike does
boards.
it.
Okay,
Mhm.
but can you get him copies and make sure they get put out there?
I'll tell him. So you want the road commission out there too?
Yep,
Okay, so road
and
commission,
I'll copy these and put them on Facebook.
And I publish.
On the new website.
And maybe on the website too.
And I do
Yep, I'll tell
publish
Mike.
it in the paper, so it's in there too.
All right, cool.
Yeah, about time.
Okay.
What?
So we're going on to board discussion.
We're going on to board discussion.
Well, I just want to add, I want to talk to you about getting that shredding done. So once I clarified, nobody called me, nobody emailed me. I called them yesterday. Double check on the price, but I do have to get all that, everything in that room. So all that election stuff has to be shredded. I don't know
You
where,
got a shredder? You should take the shredder home and put it in front of the TV.
well,
And just
I can
start-
have Mike sit there.
You
all
sound like
day.
you know how to do it.
10 years later, you'd be done.
Except then
Buy
I,
a wood
then I'd
chipper.
be, then I'd be.
Exactly.
of
Bet.
It's gonna
election.
cost 400 and something.
That's what that one quote said, and then I don't know where Mike, somebody told Mike.
Are you guys
75.
cool with that? I'll just sign it.
Here, just do it.
Okay,
All right.
okay, I'll get the, I have.
Yeah,
that-
because we went through the basement, you know,
Yeah.
Angie went through it all, so there's a lot of stuff there,
Okay.
yeah, so it's really assessing, went through all their stuff, yeah.
So we want to make a motion, or we just saying?
No, I can authorize that.
Okay.
And if they're okay with it, I'll just do it.
Okay.
All right, now, I want to talk a little high tech with you.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So our VPN doesn't work anymore. And-
What is that?
The VPN,
Virtual private network.
yes, and it's also a firewall. So our firewall's disabled. It's been disabled for.
Just like that, huh?
Just like
As soon
that.
as they took over.
It
wait.
died.
Weird.
It got old and died.
Right at the time he said it was going to.
Right. when he
That's
said-
amazing.
He said, you know, Bruce, I already told you that it was end of life. And it quit working and it quit working and there's no updates for it.
Oh.
Cause I said I haven't been able to get on VPN in 2 months. And he said, yeah, your firewall's dead. And that's why you can't get on there. And I already gave you a quote on that. And I said, I know that. It's like $2,500 and you gotta renew something every 3 years. I know. And he said, yeah, we already talked about that. You never sent it back. I said, because they didn't agree to it. I said, the board said, we want a Chevette price and an Impala price and a Cadillac price. You know, and he goes, yeah, this is the only one that's available. Yes.
So they purposely
So I'm like, we have to
made our
do the-
VPN go down.
so we have to do the $2,500 one. And he said, yep, that's the one you have to do.
So how is that affecting us right now? Because I've been having some problems and I felt like it was server related for our
Okay.
BSNA website.
That's another thing.
That's what I'm saying, is it connected somehow?
That's another thing. No, that's the third thing.
Okay,
So the VPN not working, the firewall is not keeping out malicious.
Well,
Whatever
that
it's supposed
worries
to
me
do.
with the elections coming.
The firewall's supposed to keep out stuff, you know, what firewalls do.
Yep.
So. We almost have no choice but to okay getting it fixed.
Yeah.
All right, so if you wanna make a motion on that. The second thing is, they wanna do a phishing campaign with us. What that would entail is them sending fake emails out over a certain period of time
No,
and seeing who
I
opens
think they
them.
did that to me.
how much is it?
Oh, it's free with our subscription.
Oh, how nice of them.
For our 500 and some.
Yeah,
dollars.
well, I don't need that hassle personally,
No.
you
So
know?
they send you an email
They send you
that
fake
says like,
emails.
ooh,
If
you need
you
to check
open
your
it-
401k, and if you click on it, it takes you to a malicious site. wipes
we
out
get
your-
those anyways, you
Right.
know, so I mean, we
I'll
haven't
be
clicked on
sitting
them.
At my desk, I'll get an email and it'll say, hey, Angie, this is Bruce. Can you send my check to?
Yeah.
my direct? And I'm like, oh, Bruce, really?
I know,
'Cause he
one
just-
of
Right.
mine,
Yeah.
one of mine
Right.
had like an alias name as so, what was it? It was like an actor's name,
Yeah.
like Tom Cruise, you know, I was like, Mike, are you Tom Cruise?
So I'm gonna decline,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Cause those are irritating to me.
Yes,
The third thing is that they say that we don't have a static IP address, that we have an IP address that changes and that it's Comcast's fault. and they can't work with that because they do static IPs. And so every time that changes, it's some kind of security thing, they're saying. That it changes and makes a new IP address for you, and then the BSNA can't work anymore because it don't recognize the new IP address. And so then they have to go in and put it together and make it work again,
Okay.
which is what I guess.
And that's what I figured, because it happened 2 weeks ago and then it just happened Monday. And I'm like, what, we don't mess with it, you know?
Fix.
So the fix is for a nominal fee,
Okay. Of how much?
he didn't say,
Oh,
that we could sign up for a static IP address. And,
With Comcast or with him?
we have to do it with Comcast, but they have to facilitate it. And I was against that. I was like, no,
I just don't get why.
we've never had that problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
not till what?
And now he's saying that our IP address is changing because of new security protocols. Well, that's what they're supposed to be doing. Is taking care of security protocols. So if that's something that they need to do, I think that that's something that they need to do every time. I don't think that we should have to buy anything, because if we go to a static one, well, then aren't we opening ourselves up for not having the security protocols?
I don't know, but it needs to get fixed, whatever it is, because I can't enter anything in my computer, my BSNA, no taxes, because it's all integrated. It's something about real time, they call it.
So is
I
it
can't-
working right now?
It's working, it worked
So
this
it-
morning, yeah.
Because they told me they fixed it.
Yeah, because
$24.
Monday, all Monday it didn't work.
It's $25 a month for one static IP address. With Comcast.
So it just messes up everything for me when it doesn't work.
Change it.
So, and the website doesn't work.
$325.
People can't go on BSNA and make credit card payments.
But I don't know why you would have to do that with them. Why would you have to have high tech involved in that? It seems like you would contact Comcast, they'd charge you $25 extra a month and give you one IP address that you always have. 192.8.
And is that a normal thing to that?
Yeah,
And would firewall protection come with that?
No.
no, that's a whole other.
So, I mean, I can check with Comcast and sign up for it, but I don't like that plan. I think that's wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
Especially since we just upgraded our service. They should have included that if that's something we need.
I wonder if it's already included in our business stuff and we just don't, it's not turned on or something, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I know, it's hard to communicate with Comcast.
it is.
Yeah.
That's, you know, so that's the problem. It's like, okay.
It is.
Then to have them talk, it's
Well,
like,
I'll make a motion to approve the $2,500 for the new VPN,
I'll support.
since the old one is dead.
Was there a second?
Me.
So you know that's a 3-year subscription, just so you, whatever. And we don't,
Everything gets old, Bruce.
I know, and dies. What do you feel like you're just caught in this big scam?
Oh, yeah, it's just a giant ripoff, all of it.
Duncan,
oh, yes.
Dudek,
Yes.
Berenger,
Yes.
Christie, yes, Gilman.
Yes.
Carried. All right, and then we're gonna do the shredding, and we're not gonna do the phishing campaign. And then the static IT.
Are you gonna call Comcast then? Bruce?
Yeah,
Okay,
as much as I hate to,
I know, I didn't know if you were gonna
I'll
call
look into
them
it,
or.
yeah, I'll look into it. And, cause I talked to the Joker at High Tech. And I don't know why he needs to be involved in it, but he thinks he does, so. When I talk to him about this other, I'll talk to him about, can I just call Comcast and make this happen, or are you gonna, what do you gotta do?
If you think of it, when you talk to him,
I
can you
don't
ask,
understand what function he has in it.
yeah, can you ask him why they've disabled our ability to change our password in our email, because I have to use my code word there that,
Yeah, mine, I had to type into my laptop and I'm like, what's that sign?
So pass,
Your
password.
computer shuts off every 15 minutes.
Of course.
Because of their.
You know what, mine does-
That's, I'm like, okay, do I hold the shift? No, I don't yet. Like,
and you know what my computer does? If I go into my email and then I go into like a Word document or an Excel sheet or anything, it turns my email off, so I have to log back into my email every single time. If I go into my QVF for the election stuff and I go back to my email, I have to log back into my email again.
While you're on the computer, it logs you out?
Yep, it logs me out all the time.
she does it on the website though. She doesn't have, I have Outlook, so I don't have that problem, but the website, it's like it's sometime website related. It's sounding like.
very user friendly.
Yeah, it's doing a great job. so far.
Everybody good?
Go Phoebe, go.
I like to make a motion to adjourn.
I'll support.
I gotta put my kids to bed. They're home alone.